Hello, and this lesson is on how to update your system emails. And what are system emails? System emails, I can start logging in here so don't waste time, are the emails that get sent out to your own staff as well as to end users on particular actions or triggers inside the system. So, like for instance, some of the triggers are creating a new account from the store. That would initiate an email to the end user saying, hey, thanks for creating your account. And it would initiate an email to your staff, typically your sales staff, that would say, hey, this person has created an account, which if maybe the person's demographics were correct, maybe that salesperson would feel inclined to call that person to see if they have any questions. So that's a very typical things. And of course some other things that happen are, let me actually go back there and tell you what I just did. Okay, so to get to the System Email Manager, you go to Other and you go to Configuration. And then you go to the Store module or Shopping Cart right here, and you click on System Emails. Okay, now there's other things inside here that will initiate or trigger a system email, such as having a purchase, subscription renewals, things like that. Actually, no, subscription renewals are handled from a different area. But everything that's handled from here is described in this description. The email sent for each new registrant from the store to your sales staff. All right, so you can read through the descriptions here to find out if that particular system email is triggered from here and to configure it. Now, when you are setting up your system, you should have actually automatically configured your system emails to just a minor customization of doing the from address or the to address. So that should have been set up by default, but often once you actually got into the system you realize you want to change a few things. So we'll just go over very quickly how to change a few things. So this is the email sent for each new registrant from the store to your sales staff. Now it doesn't have to be your sales staff. If you have an extremely busy site, maybe you don't want to go into anybody. You just have it going to an archiving account just to keep track of things. There is no way to disable this, unfortunately. So if you don't want the emails at all, you just have to send them to an archive account and delete that occasionally. Alright, so you can see here we have supported DW Alliance as the default 2. But in reality, you can put whatever you want there. So that would have been to like sales at DW Alliance, or sales at Avicii, or sales at whatever the domain should be, .com, or .net, .org, .cs, .ca. Lots of options there. The from name often is like just from like your own company's name, and then from address doesn't matter either, really. One thing that actually is important though is that when you're sending emails to yourself, a lot of the email systems, if they see there's a from address, it's inside your domain, it's going to check to make sure that that email address actually exists. So you wouldn't want to put a false one inside there, because if it doesn't exist, your email server may say, hey, that's not a real email address. The to is okay, but the from is wrong. I'm going to say this is spam and block it, just like that. And so then you'd actually be wondering where these emails are at. So that's a common problem. It's not really a problem, but it's just a configuration issue. So make sure that when you're setting the from address, make sure it's a real address. Okay. Now the email sent for each new registrant. So you can change your subject lines. You can change all this text inside here. And you can see here we actually have some of our variable names inside here. So we have like first name, last name, company name, address. And then we also allow you to capture your demographics. So here's your contact demographics and here's your company demographics. And then this will be automatically populated so that it's linked to this person's profile inside the CRM. So the only thing that you need to do is, most times you don't really need to change too much. Now, there's actually two versions of the email that are created automatically. There's a text version and there's an HTML version. HTML version is just a little easier on the eyes than the text version. And so what happens is that, and also for people that are using either email systems or email clients that are a little bit dated or for security reasons will not show an HTML-only email, those email systems will display the text version, whereas the majority of the email systems out there or email clients will show the HTML version. So that's about it. That's all you have to do to set this up. And if you guys have any questions, by all means, please contact us at support.